All right, check, check, check. All right, you should be able to see and hear me on the podcast. They can see you, but they can't hear you yet. Am I safe to unmute? You're not going to talk about anything that's super top secret? All right. All right, people can see you, and now they can hear you. What up, Drush?
Nice.
Drush is like, technically, I usually have the podcast running for like 20, 30 minutes just to get people here. And I'll admit, I actually forgot to turn it on. So I only just now turned the stream on, so sorry about that. My apologies. Drush, how are you? Good to see you. Let me make sure I've got all my ducks in a row here.
For a really quick, Brutal,
Mhm,
when it comes to like putting us on screen, do you just like do like a window capture through Discord and then go full screen? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, so in Discord, and I'm not saying this is the best way, this is what I do, of course, is in our call, there's a little pop-out feature. So I do the pop-out, and then I do a window capture. I do 3 individual window captures from that one window. That way there's no chance of like, oh, I'm leaking you know, text and DMs and conversation. Not that I ever talk about anything inappropriate with people, obviously, but just one of those things, you know. Although we did talk about that one thing, you know what I mean? That one thing. Yeah, that
Can't
one
bring that
thing.
up on stream. Oh, Brutal, you dirty dog.
We did talk about that stuff we were under NDA for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You gotta be careful.
What you did back in Vegas that weekend, you dirty dog.
You know me so well. All right. Good to go there. I think I got everything. I have this. I'm sure you saw it. If you looked at the Google Doc, you'll see that I have this giant list of do this, do that, etc., because I try to learn from my mistakes. Anything that's on the checklist is because I forgot to do it in a previous episode. So every week or two, something gets added just to make sure that it doesn't get worse and worse.
Yo, let me tell you something. I totally get that. You should see my Google Doc for my because I have one as well for the Comeback City show, and it's like in giant bold underlined red. It's like, be sure to click record and start the replay feature button, so I can like clip and make sure we're recording. We have back so yeah. I trust me, I'm right there with you, buddy.
All right, so here's a fun one. There's a little reverb, little like echo when you talk, Sky.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Hold on here.
Is it one microphone picking up?
Oh, yeah, it probably is. Lance, do you have voice isolation on your mic on Discord? So like go to like user settings and then go to voice and audio.
I just put it on now.
Okay. Is that better by any chance or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think I hear it anymore. It's not egregious or anything. It's certainly not horrible.
It's gonna be tough, bro. Like honestly.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's like in a freaking 8x8 room.
Do you guys have like a mini split or a window AC unit or anything in that room?
No.
What? Doesn't it get hot in there?
Well, I mean, we have like a little fan, but like
a little fan. Oh my god, man!
Ceiling, like fan above us.
Oh, well, that's why he's not wearing any sleeves. Brutal.
But you're in a jacket.
Yeah, I like the hot.
Oh my god!
I can handle the heat.
No, not me, man.
They call me a chef.
Not me, man. It's I can't stand heat or anything like that. I lived in Florida for 38 years, and it's just 38 years too long. Ugh.
I don't know, I'm over Florida.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. We have to go back, you know, from time to time to visit family and whatnot. And it's like I don't want to go to Florida. It's too much work, too expensive, too hot.
He said, "I don't want."
Expensive is the one, buddy.
For real, man. All right, let's see. Phones on silent. Discord notifications are off. YouTube settings. I am recording. Turn OBS Discord audio back up. Okay, that's one thing I forgot to do a few weeks ago, and man, it was tough to hear the guests. I tweeted. Okay, I think we're good to go. Drush, can you give us a little thumbs up, thumbs down? We'll start with you, Lance. Can you just say something to do an audio check?
Yes, I am Lance of the Comeback Kids. It's a pleasure to be here on the Brutally Honest podcast once again for the second time.
I'm pretty sure now your microphone isn't picking up anything, and it's coming through Sky's microphone.
Ah.
Oh, now I heard you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
That's interesting. Okay.
Oh, there's the echo again.
Bro, this is insane.
It's the nature of the beast, right? It's fun. I actually have to turn my speaker volume all the way down, otherwise the reverb from my mic has a feedback loop. But it's only when I'm using my headphones, which is weird. It's odd. I don't know. You guys sound good.
Do we look good? That's the important part.
You do look good. Now you sound good now. Sky, you talk real quick.
Testing. 1, 2.
Well, you're coming in loud and clear, clean, crisp.
Yeah, I got that mic so close to me. It's a. Let me see. Maybe Lance, go to the custom input profile because there's a couple like things.
Okay.
On there that can make it a little bit.
You both look good, or you both look good. You do, but you both sound good right now too.
Okay. So as long as there's no like anything crazy.
Has anyone ever told you look like Tom Holland in your little profile pic all the time?
I get it all the time.
It's crazy.
And listen, I'm very blessed to get that because that's a good-looking freaking kid.
That's crazy, man. You should just lean into it. Just walk around.
I get that, and then Harry Potter a lot.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Crisp. Yeah.
I saw a lot of this last night during the raid. Sky leaning over, telling Lance, "Don't die! Stop licking the floor,
man.
Learn how to play Windwalker."
Poor Lance, dude, because Lance is a pretty damn good player, but like he doesn't really have much time to play. So like he'll play like maybe sometimes even for the first time that week right into heroic progression, and it's
right.
Imagine no warm up, no nothing, no prepping, no rotation, like just straight into heroic progression. You know, it's like it could be a lot, but how is the audio? Is it a little bit better? Hopefully.
Well, everything is audible or whatever you want to call it, but the echo came back while you were talking.
Really?
Let me try something. Hold on.
Maybe go back to the other one, Lance.
Yeah, let me try one more thing.
You're on voice isolation again.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yeah. This should maybe be better.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Audio check. We had a raid last night doing heroic Lura progression. It was fun. It was fun overall. We died a lot. We did good. We did bad. How was that? A little better or worse?
Everything sounded good from you.
You're looking pretty good over there, Sky. If you worked out any more, you might need to put those sleeves back on, or people are gonna go crazy. So, put them back on, buddy.
If anything, I could also just press the mute button like while he talks, and then
everything sounds good. Over the past like 30, 45 seconds, everything's been fine. So I think we'll just roll with the punches and have fun. Because if it pops up, it pops up.
Let me know. Like it's not a big deal. Like we'll take turns like sort of chatting through everything, going through it, whatever.
And you take a turn, then you take a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer to speak over you, Sky. So.
Give me 1 second. Oh, all right. Ready to rock and roll. You guys good?
Yeah,
you look good.
Perfect.
You look good. You sound good.
Perfect.
All right. Let me go here to the
by the way,
chat room. Wait.
I'm sure you noticed, but you're pulling up on 10K subscribers.
Yeah, it's one of those like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and sometimes 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I think it's because I live stream a lot from the channel. I've heard, and again, I'm no expert, that most people who subscribe to a YouTube channel for like a podcast episode, and if they get 1 podcast episode every week, but like 5, I'm live, they're like, this is stupid, I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's sometimes that little bit forward, little bit back kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm getting there slowly but surely. Like it's one of those things where it's important to me, but at the same time, I'm not losing any sleep over it. Like I hope to get there and I want to get there, but it's also like, I'm not doing anything extra to get there, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, listen, you're well on your way.
Now, you guys, I have it here. Actually, I don't have it in the notes, but I know I might as well just go ahead and say it. Hold on. You guys ready to rock and roll? Because I don't want to jump the gun here.
I'm good to go. I'm ready to dial in.
Folks, we're back at what is it, season 2, episode 5 with the comeback kids. At the same time, mind you, you guys were on different episodes the first season. But we're back, and we were talking right before we officially started the episode here that you guys just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, didn't you?
Yeah.
Holy moly, man!
It is a.
What are you doing? What are you doing here? I'm not trying to disparage myself. What are you doing here? I should be begging to be on your show. What is this? This is crazy.
I don't know. I feel like one of those grandpas lost in the supermarket. No, I'm just kidding. No, I listen. Anytime I can just sit and talk WoW with Lance, but also just somebody who is passionate and loves the game like us. I mean, it's just so fun, especially to another creator, because, you know, creators know exactly what I'm going through and Lance is going through. So I don't know. What do you think, Lance?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I always say, whether it's to our community members or to other creators, bigger or smaller, I try not to put us on a pedestal or anyone else on a pedestal. Like, we're WoW players, man.
Mm-hmm.
We love the game. We like to talk about it enough to where, for some of us, it's now our livelihood, right? And not for me personally, but for Sky, right? And it's just a good time. It's a good time. So honestly, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
100%.
You guys are more than welcome. How's the audio? I know we've already done a couple checks. How's everything sound out there? Twitch/YouTube land. Are these guys loud enough? Too loud? Let me know. But again, not to beat a dead horse here, but 100,000 subscribers, that's a lot of subscribers, man. That's a lot of people.
Let me tell you, it's so funny because, like, early on in the YouTube career, like, I would, you know, I mean, I'm still hyper obsessed with, like, my data and analytics and stuff, but I would think, like, back then, like, when I got my first, like, 10K view video, I'd be like, man, 10,000 people just heard that. And then it'd be like 20,000 people, 30,000. And then I'd be like, 30,000 people just watched my video. That's like almost a stadium full of people, you know? And I'd be like, holy crap, that's crazy. So, like, nah, thinking on it, like 100,000 subscribers, it's a lot of people, man. It's a lot. And it's a long and egregious grind. And it's a road that is very, very few follow that path. And it's hard.
The lonely road.
Yeah.
If you will.
But it's awesome. It's an incredible achievement. You know, the low percentage have hit that, and it's a blessing. We're talking,
yeah, man.
You know, 3, 4, 4.5 years at a job, working as hard as you can, and then you hit a milestone like that. Like, for me, it's a ginormous deal, and I'm very, very, very grateful and happy, and it's awesome. It's the best job I could ever ask for. So
yeah, man. Just so you know, it looked like Lance's mic was picking you up, so you guys might need to do the mute unmute thing when one of you's
I got it.
Not dragging on, but going on like that. Man, thank you guys so much for being here. Just dragging on. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. It is a joy to have you here, and 100K is something to celebrate, man. Truly, yeah. I would love to have 100K. I just don't work hard enough to have 100K, and I know that about myself. Like, I just go live. It's fine. People may find me, they may not, but 100K takes work, dedication, like you said, digging into the data, the analytics, figuring out what's working on a lot of people don't realize that thumbnails come into play a lot. Titles come into play. Yeah. You know, what are you prioritizing? You know, how much cross-pollination is there between one social media, you know, one area of social media versus another? And again, I'm not the expert. Clearly, you have a lot more, you know, knowledge and know-how and experience in that regard. It's incredible, man. So hat off to you.
It's like one of those things where, like, I don't know if I'm like an entrepreneur by all means, but
I would say so, truly.
I, to an extent, but like when you do sort of your own thing, and it's, you know, you got to wear a lot of hats, you know, and you got to do a lot of things that you never like designing thumbnails and title psychology, and like the psychology of how to write a script really well, and like an intro and a well-formulated outro, and how to edit, but whatever. Listen,
we're not here to talk about you guys. Exactly. Come on, we're here to talk about WoW. No, seriously, thank you guys for being here. I don't think I did like an official, like, real intro. Lance and Sky are back. Oh yeah, I did say they were on separate episodes, etc. We got the dynamic duo in the house, man. This is fantastic. Now I wrote you guys a little blurb here. I actually normally request guests to review it, and I forgot to ask you to review it. So let me see if I nailed what I wrote about you. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, okay? I said you guys regularly make videos for the community. about the state and health of WoW, how the game is feeling in playing for the average player, and how classes and specs are performing at various stages of any given patch. And you're really cute. All objectively true, correct? Yes?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Excellent. Good.
I mean, the only thing you really nailed is the really cute thing. I don't know about everything else.
Well, you guys are great. It's a pleasure to have you here. It has been a few months since you guys have been on the show. So tell me, and we'll get to the rating thing, because I was watching your stream last night. These guys got AOTC and Voidspire. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let's not jump. I don't want to jump the gun, but it's been a few months. How has the game been playing for you? How's the game been feeling for you? We don't necessarily have to talk about this week, because that's another highlight in a few moments. But let's talk about the macro, not necessarily the micro of this past week. How's the game?
Man, you know what? I really, and I want to go back a little bit, because I've been, we've both been playing WoW since like 2006. And I always enjoy launches of every expansion, even the ones that people say are bad expansions overall. Launches are always like magical, right? Like that new expansion feel, almost like that new car smell. Everything is great. Everything is awesome. But something about Midnight for me, it's felt a different level of just enjoyment for me. Like I'm getting out of it. I'm enjoying every aspect of it. Me and Sky have done world PvP till 4 a.m. We've done going through every quest. We've done, so many things, and everything is just like, oh wow, this is cool. Oh wow, these zones feel good. The dungeon pool is great, and I can't even wait for the season 2 dungeon pool. So far, I would say Midnight it's been pretty amazing, man. Even the raids feel pretty good. I thought all of the fights we've done so far have been, pretty good. There's a couple of stinkers, but for the most part, they're all good, man. Everything is a lot of fun. Everything is a lot of fun, and it has its problems. And I guess we'll probably go into them later, but yeah, I've enjoyed it more than maybe, like it could be a top 2, top 3 launch for me of all time.
That's
for an
awesome.
Expansion, I would say.
That's fantastic. Sky, what about you, man? How you feeling?
No, it's going to be tough to sort of, differentiate my opinion too much from Lance, because we view a lot of things very similarly. Only a couple things here or there we'll sort of, chirp at each other about. And it's funny, whenever we disagree, we'll be like, you know what, we'll just bring that up on the show and we'll debate about it. Just me versus you. Let's go head to head, and we'll let the freaking community decide. But anyways, no, I absolutely agree. I gotta say, I think from an actual launch perspective and raw content perspective, I think Blizzard has done a really, really good job with Midnight so far. Like between, delve improvements, prey system, Mythic Plus feels good. Man, I gotta say also, because remember, Brutal, we were talking a few months ago, a little bit concerned or worried, but excited about, the class pruning and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And man, looking back on it, I think, yeah, we were worried, but I think we were all right too, because I remember me and you had similar opinions. The class pruning has been so good, like between the talent trees and the pruning of abilities. Like classes are so digestible right now. Like I'm very adamant and big on playing classes and, trying new specs and builds and things and just enjoying the game in that regard. And man, I gotta say, Midnight has been my favorite retail expansion, just from like class and rotations and tuning and like on how things feel to press. And like, man, I don't even know how long, maybe since like Legion, like in terms of just like the class feel. Now, balancing is another thing, and I'm sure we'll get into stuff like that later down the line. But I think from just a raw sort of on the nose look at the game, I think raw content's been good. Personally, I like the story. I think it's pretty good. I don't, whether people agree or not, but I think the launch has been really, really like solid. And of course, it has its issues. Where you're going to lead us into that in just a moment. But I think for a retail expansion that people were looking for to sort of fill a void for them, and make it feel like World of Warcraft between Silver Moon, the story, all the new awesome cinematics they constantly put to keep people engaged in the zones, and I think they did a pretty good job. I'm very happy as a content creator and player.
Yeah, I would argue that the playability has been fantastic. Like you said, you jump on a class. I cannot speak, nor will I even attempt to speak for every player out there, because we come in so many different shapes and sizes. Some people could not care less about PvE and so on and so forth. But I would argue that you jump on a class, and it's not this overwhelming, having to climb to the peak of Mount Everest to understand how the game works anymore. Not that it was ever horrible, but I just find that things are simple in the best of ways. And yes, I play Hunter, so I know things are very simple for somebody like me. But I love that, I saw you playing Warlock last night. You're playing Affliction. And Warlock right now, I bounce back and forth between Hunter and Warlock depending upon the expansion. Man, Warlocks are so fun right now. And like you said, maybe not everyone agrees with that. But I think that it's just a blast. Now, marksmanship, that's a different story, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, the launch of Midnight, I have been having so much fun. And this week is a little different. We'll talk about that in a second, but I agree with you guys. And I don't know if it's a mentality for me. Like, I wanted to go into this expansion having fun. I wanted to go into this expansion just soaking it up and just enjoying it. And so I'm sure that comes into play a little bit. Not to say that I turn a blind eye to anything. Yeah, it's been a blast, man. So I'm happy to hear that you guys have been having a similar experience. But we do have to address the elephant in the room, as I have here in my notes, or the elephants. This week was I would say that the pendulum has swung from one side to the other here, because this week, not so good. Have you guys been keeping up with the bugs or the Reddit post or the WoW forum post or anything else like that? Have you guys been affected by bugs yourselves?
So the old 0.5 patch team rears its ugly head again, huh? And we spoke about this on our show earlier this week. It's so sad that it's predictable at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Because all 3.5 and 0.7 patch, well, I would say 6 then, but all of the midway, bite-sized patches we got through War Within were the same thing. The first week, always riddled by bugs, almost to the point where, I'm not even going to log in. I didn't even log into the game until Thursday night, because I knew Tuesday, Wednesday, don't even waste time. I didn't use any bonus rolls. I already knew I'm not touching my bonus rolls. I already thought of that in my head. And it's sad that I was right. I wish I wasn't. And I'm a huge Blizzard shill. I'm all for just they're the best, they're the best, they're the best. They got to figure this out. And I understand why people are upset. They're like, yeah, we pay we pay our monthly fee, we pay for the expansions, we do this and that. The fact that it's predictable that this is going to happen it's unacceptable. And if they got to make us wait an extra week, 2 weeks for the patch to get it right, then let's do that. You would still be one of the fastest cadence of releases that we've ever had in WoW's history. You don't need 8 weeks every time. Give it 9 weeks, give it 10 weeks. We're okay.
Yeah, it begs the question. Go ahead.
No, but I was just saying, with that being said, no, I wasn't affected because I already knew what was up and what the deal was, so I just didn't even interact.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that every content creator, every podcast out there is, of course, talking about this It's very topical, right? They're talking about that this week, and the question that constantly just pops into my head, I could sit here and I could moan and groan and shout to the heavens and whatnot. And that's fair, because, if we're frustrated. But the question that pops into my mind over and over again is, what's the solution? What does Blizzard need to change on their end? Is it more QA time? Is it, more development time? Is it hiring more people? And then how does that even look in the Blizzard ecosystem right now, given the fact that they're now owned by Microsoft and, they're obviously working on, a couple of patches ahead of where they are right now. 12.05's out. How's 12.07 looking? How's 12.1 looking? What are they changing, if anything, given what's happened this week,
I would say, first and foremost, we're talking about two of the biggest companies ever sort of combining. and coming together now, between Microsoft and, Activision, Blizzard, whatever the case may be, however that deal went down. It's not like they're a small team that has no idea what they're doing. We're talking about some of the biggest, funding possible, with the best developers on the planet, with like top to bottom. Like it's almost like theoretically, it's like the Lakers. You got high level personnel and team and players and media looking at you and marketing dollars, and you have everything available to you to make the best product possible. And in a lot of ways, I do think they do some incredible things. Really, truly, I genuinely, in my heart, believe Blizzard does some incredible things with World of Warcraft and retail. But there are some times and some things that just, it is really bad. And it's really sad that it's the case. What can they do to fix it? I mean, a couple things are obvious. We need a better quality assurance team. That's one very simple solution. They need to actually listen to feedback that's on the PTR, with people giving feedback. And it's really sad because this patch on paper, you look at it from a bird's eye view, you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of good stuff for a 0.5 patch.
Oh yeah.
To come in. We're talking about the Void Forge system integration. We got bonus rolls. We have the 298 weapon system coming in a few weeks, which was time gated, which I'll bring up in just a second as well. You got the open world events, you got the ritual sites, you got tier 2 armor set. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So you're thinking holy shit, we're on our way. Something's good. And in the back of our minds, me and Lance were thinking, yeah, but it is a 0.5 patch. Who knows how this is going to release? And sadly, it released in a pretty poor state. So for example, someone in your chat just said worst patch ever. And it's really, really sad. And first of all, justified feeling, but it's really sad that this patch can go down as instantly yeah, what a shit patch, just because of the quality and rollout. Just yesterday, they also disabled the open world mega void incursion event, the one that is you have the mini events that then lead into the percentage based completion of the mega event. They just disabled that. It's been down the entire time. It's just not working properly. Not only that, Decor Duel was bugged, and a hunter can have track humanoids on and just find everyone. Also, it's bugged to the point where if you're AFK and you're hiding too well, it triggers you as AFK in the game. It'll boot you from the game and kick you out. It's it's little things that it should seem so obvious, how I don't even know what we're talking about. It's so silly, but it just shouldn't happen from a company of this scale. And it's sad because, once again, I think they do a lot of things well, and it's sad that this patch is going to go down as one of those patches it's shit. It's rolled out shit, the quality shit. Screw Blizzard, I'm out of here. And then everyone's I'm done. Give me my money back.
You know what I want to say about that too is that some of these things, the ritual sites, and I know we're not maybe all Delve solo players, but the ritual sites feel like an evolution of what Delves should kind of start becoming. The mobs in there have real mechanics, and it's not just, okay, we're going to hit you harder and you either get one shot or you don't. That feels like a lot of, they're actually fun to do. I went in there on my monk, what was it, Friday night, and I grinded all of it out. I got all of the, the affixes, I put them all on, and it felt fun.
Yeah.
And it was wow, okay, this feels like actual content. Sometimes once you get geared, even a Delve 11 is just all right, I'm just going to pull everything, pop cooldown, just kill them all. No, that felt like real content. And now people are just yeah, this patch sucks. And that's kind of heartbreaking, because that is good content. I really do think so. I think Decor Duels, for what they are, fun little romp through Silvermoon. Let's just have fun. Let's enjoy World of Warcraft for the world and not just trying to get power. That's a cool thing too. That's sad that yeah, people are going to crap on that now too. They can't let the first impression of these systems that are actually pretty good come out like this. Because now, Stradardo is saying in the chat, worst patch ever. That's sad. That's it's heartbreaking. Man, it shouldn't be that way.
Right, I 100% agree with you, and that, of course, what springs to my mind is, you can't let that first impression be, what we've experienced this week, and 100% agree. Because then, in turn, let's say that on Tuesday, so 2 days from when we are recording this, let's say that every bug, every issue was fixed. How many people, I think it was you that said it a moment ago, Sky, how many people have walked out the door this past week? Justifiably so. How many people have said, you know what? Maybe I'll come back in 12:07. Maybe I'll come back in 12:01. This is not worth my time right now. That first impression means a lot.
Listen, I'm going to make a very quick point. I don't want to harp too long on this, but let me tell you something. With World of Warcraft, a couple things. Number one, people are dying for a reason for Blizzard to F up, to sort of crap on the game. They're begging God every morning. They get on their knees. They whip out the Bible and say, God, please give me a reason to hate on this company today, because it's so much fun to do. And they're not wrong. It's such an easy route to go, to just be like, Blizzard shit company, classic WoW's the best. I'm done. 2004, baby. Like people love doing that, and it's not, they're not wrong to a certain extent, and they're looking for a reason. And like you said, first impressions are everything. Like it's so, and number two is, it's so hard to keep people actively playing a live service game. If it's something that's magically doable, everyone would do it. There's only a few live service games out there where people constantly go back to. It's like League of Legends, retail, like World of Warcraft, a couple MMOs, obviously the big ones like Final Fantasy, Guild Wars, whatever. You got Fortnite, Apex, you can only name maybe 10, on the planet. If it's an easy thing, everyone would do it, but it's the most profitable. So keeping people entertained on just one video game, it's such an impossible feat where they're looking for a reason to leave. They want to try something else, and it's not their fault. I think they should. I think it's always healthy to take a break from the game and, do your thing and enjoy other things. And then you come back with a fresh new pair of eyes and feeling. And, it's just that World of Warcraft cycle that everyone gets. You play, you take a break, you come back, the hype cycle, you play, and then rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Lance?
Yeah, and I mean, Sky, you hit the nail on the head, and we talk about this all the time. A lot of people, they come to WoW for a couple of weeks, they do maybe the story and the leveling, and then they're out until the next season or the next patch. Now these people, their first impression of this patch is it's crap. Even if they stay, the perception of 12.0.5 is not ever going to be, oh, that was a good patch now.
Yeah.
When we look back on it, everyone's just going to think that's a bad patch. Which, in reality, outside of these bugs, the content here is good. But that's it. This patch is already, it's in the books. Guys, worst patch ever. Let's go.
Hey, speaking of, go ahead.
No, please.
I was going to say, speaking of live service games, hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee.
Wow, that is a hell of a.
Has anyone heard of EverQuest Legends coming out this summer? Anyone? EverQuest This is just an EverQuest cup. I'm just being silly, obviously, but no, I think you guys are hitting the nail right on the head. I didn't mean to actually interrupt you. I thought you were done. I apologize. If you want to finish your thought.
Yeah, right. By the way, EverQuest Legends does look sick, and I liked the private server version of it too.
Dude, THJ was amazing, but I don't want to. That's a tangent. I'll go on a 3-hour tangent about the hero's journey, so don't let me. May I interrupt you for real, actually, real quick, because I did want to bring up something. I think it was you, Sky, that was talking about having the best team, the best developers on the planet, etc. And somebody out there, and maybe you guys know the correct term, maybe someone in Twitch chat knows the correct term, so forgive me for botching this. But I think it's called inheritance knowledge or something to that effect. When you have developers that work on something for months and months, years, whatever it may be, when they up and leave because maybe they just get a job somewhere else, maybe they're dissatisfied, they're taking all of that knowledge, even though they may have notes, and even though they may train somebody and so on and so forth. When that inheritance knowledge, or whatever the term is, leaves, that leaves a big hole, and that causes a lot of frustration and problems for the remaining team, the team that's left over. And we've seen that. I mean, Jeff Kaplan talked about that in his Lex Friedman. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. That 5-hour interview, he talked about that. and how early on in WoW, a lot of people that made WoW left really early on, and it left the team in a really, really precarious position, and they were scrambling to figure out how to do things and how to fix things and whatnot. And I'm not saying that's what happened here, but that does happen. So it makes me wonder, did any of that occur? And if it did, then how often does that occur? Because again, we're getting these crappy patches. You know,
that's an ever evolving door, right? Like,
yeah.
There's always going to be churn in these teams. And then every time someone who maybe does intimately know the code and like the spaghetti code that is a 21-year-old MMORPG, they leave. Now you have to put someone, and maybe it's someone who also is like, has been working on it, but now they're kind of stepping into a new, more like managerial role or a higher role. Yeah, there's going to be some learning time. And the problem with that is old Blizzard would have been like, the patch is coming soon. This Blizzard is, no, the patch is coming in 8 weeks, whether it's good or not.
Whether it's ready or not, yep.
So, hey, pony up. Get your shit right. Get ready. Yep. We cannot stop moving. Now, there's good and bad things, right? Because there is always something to look forward to in the game right now. But it's sad that, well, we already know the first week of whatever there is to look forward to is going to be crap. But then again, I'll also say that's only on these 0.5 and 0.7 patches. The 0.1s, the 0.2s, this expansion launches are always good. Yeah, since they've been on this 8-week cadence, though, all of War Within, the 0.1 patch for, the Undermine, that was a great patch. Like, that rolled out pretty smooth. The Koresh patch, that rolled out smooth. The expansion for Midnight, I think the launch was pretty smooth.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I've ever had.
I'm gonna to interrupt you again. Forgive me. I'm so sorry, but dude, those first like 2 to 3 weeks of Midnight were gold. I had so much fun those first few weeks, just killing, even just something as simple as killing rares and getting Warbound loot. It's just, I loved it.
Magical. No, it's magical. You're right. But that's what we know. Like, we know there's different teams for these things. Like, it's a different team. The 0.5 patch, the 0.7 patch, that's a different team from the main patch team. So I don't know if it's like they have an A team that's like the all-stars and then a B team that's working on these things, or how it works. I don't know like the intricacies of how these things work, but they gotta, maybe let's put some of the stars on these teams so these patches don't come out terrible. I don't know. Like, the second stringers can't keep doing this, though.
Yeah, and just to sort of wrap up that point, I mean, I agree. It's, once again, don't want to harp and beat a dead horse like too much. It's just to the point where like it's inexcusable from a company that is sitting at the standard that they should set. Like if you're in a position to where you should be setting the standard, you have the resources, you have the ability, you have the audience, like you have everything, like the ceiling, like it's just breakable. Like the sky is the limit to what you guys should be doing. And with people giving $15 a month, even though it's the best $15 a month you can spend on video games right now, other than like Game Pass, which who knows if WoW could eventually come to Game Pass, but
should we be saying that to people in Turkey, Brazil? What, didn't they just raise the price this week for people in certain regions?
Yep. Hey, Brutal. I'm gonna head out for a minute. I'll see you guys. We had a good show. This was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, man. This week was tough.
But I am not going to sit here and pretend like I know how to manage an MMO and how to price an MMO. But it was a funny little actually.
No, for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough.
I do think that. Forgive me. I can't remember which one of you beautiful gentlemen said this. I cannot even imagine how insane it is to manage a game like WoW or a live service game. I think it was you, Lance, right? To where no matter how well you do, you're just one bad patch, you're one bad bug away from being the worst company in the world, and the worst game in the world, and so on and so forth. And that's not to excuse any misdoings or whatever, because a bad patch like this sucks, as we have said many times over the past 20 or so minutes. I mean, I've had it pulled up here on the screen for a little while now that Blizzard, for the first time in however long, I genuinely don't know how long it's been since they've had to issue a press release like this, or not a press release, but you know what I mean, an announcement or whatever, apologizing that the patch was not up to our standards. Although I've seen so many videos on YouTube saying, well, actually, apparently this is your standard. Like the patch is living up to your standard because it's what you're, releasing and what you're saying you can do and handle. But of course, the point is that they had to release an apology saying, hey, we messed up. We'll do better. But we've heard this before. Like this was an 11.1.5 apology. Is that right? I can't quite remember. I'd have to pull it up here.
The Nightfall event, right? Is that what you're
Something like that. But yeah, it's like they've apologized before and they've said we'll do better next time, and maybe they do better a patch later. But something always happens.
It's so funny. The loop is simple. Like this is what's happened the last 4 seasons since the War Within season 1. It's been the launch of the season, incredibly smooth butter. Everything works perfectly fine.
Lance, mute your mic. Thank you.
And we get super hype. Everyone's excited. Everyone's happy. Then the 0.5 comes out and it's like a major crash and burn. And it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, excuse my language. Like, what just happened? Like, I don't understand how this, like, how did we get to this point? And then they release an apology. Hey, we're sorry. We're going to do better. 0.7 comes out, pretty damn smooth. And then the hype cycle of the new season comes out. The hype, the hype's great. Everyone's happy. Season launches very smooth. And we're like, yeah, we're back. Then 0.5 comes back and we crash and burn. It's been the literal, I'm not even joking, like the same cycle the last 4 seasons straight. And watch how much you want to bet the 0.7 comes out and everything they release, it's going to be butter. It's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be great. The season launch is going to be great. Like, I mean, obviously fingers crossed, who knows? But, and then the 0.5 is going to come around. I might make a video being like, don't hold your breath, like on the 0.5 patch. Because you're about to get burned. Like it's just and it's funny. I saw Marcillion and Flame video just this week talking about it, and he was completely unscripted on this video, and he was going off, and it was so awesome to hear because but also sad because he was saying things like how sad is it that as a content creator I know this is gonna happen with these 0.5 patches, but like. Some of these players that are either newer or returning, they have no idea this sort of thing is going to happen, and they don't expect it, and then they get hit over the head with it. I don't know. You can take over, Lance.
No, I just agree with your sentiment there. I mean, we could keep beating this horse forever, right? We could spend 2 hours on just this. I don't know, man. I don't know. They do need to do better. And with that being said, and because I do want to be a little bit positive, I think Midnight is great still.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm still having fun. Yeah. Well, maybe not so much from a marksmanship position, but outside of marksmanship, I'm still having fun. Yeah.
Listen, bro, you still have Beast Mastery. You're good.
Yeah, I know. I like Beast Mastery, so, I can't really complain there.
Command your way to the top, all right?
Yeah. Hey, man, I think that's what I'm playing on Mythic Lura this next week, so I'm excited about that. I know there's a little back and forth between MM and BM on Mythic Lura, but I think I'm going to go BM. But speaking of class balance and whatnot, do either one of you guys play Devourer as an alt or anything? Have you touched that spec at all?
It was supposed to be my main, and then literally the day before the expansion, I decided I'm going to play Windwalker, a spec I've never touched before in my life. Didn't test, just randomly. I'm going to main that. So
just went for it?
Yeah.
So any thoughts on class balance right now? Because things are a little weird after this patch, man.
No,
a little weird.
I'll tell you, I can talk about class balancing, and I have a pretty much like a 30-40 minute tier list coming out in like the next week, breaking stuff down. But I've just been waiting. I've just been waiting a little bit to discuss and dive in a little bit more because some classes, bro, brutal. I don't know what we're doing here. I'm actually so like flustered and frustrated because just the last time we were on this show, me and you were talking and we were like, bro, you were like, Sky, the class balancing
it was so good
and amazing. And I'm like, holy shit, brutal. They figured it out. They did it. And me and you were like dancing down the brick road. And
did they though?
Yo, what happened? Like,
I don't know, man.
Is like you look at that image you're showing on screen.
Yeah.
We're talking about gaps of 10 to 15%. Like just from the top to the middle, and then middle to the bottom is another 10 to 15. Yo, class, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna be real. Right now, it's a disaster. It's all over the place. It hasn't been this bad in a very long time. Like,
that's the frustrating thing, because last season, like at the end of that, through Maniforge Omega, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but man, it looked good, it felt good, it was performing well.
Very incremental. Yeah, and like I do get it to an extent, because like I understand we had the whole pruning thing, all classes pretty much complete overhaul, and it's hard to get a sort of set what's the word, like a starting point to where, okay, we need to nudge things bit by bit, new expansion, brand new set of Apex talents. Like I get it, because I remember even War Within Season 1 was a little lopsided, but then they cleaned it up quick by the anniversary. They had a ton of overhauls, and then it was very incremental changes, and then from there it was smooth sailing. But I was hoping that was going to be the case with this 0.5 patch, and I'm like, okay, everyone just relax. It's the start of a new season, overhauls, revamps, Apex talents. Like, it's just going to take some time. By the 0.5, we're going to get a bunch of overhauls, and then it's going to be incrementals. Bro,
look at us, man. We got oh, go ahead.
Actually, I just want to step in specifically on the Devourer thing. So there's a reason we got rid of Surrender to Madness in old Shadow Priest Void form, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's because it's impossible to balance. And the problem is bad Devourers are awful, and I've played with a lot of them who can barely do tank damage, but good Devourers are just running laps around everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why my beloved Shadow Priest doesn't have old Void form and old Surrender to Madness is because of this. So I don't know if Blizzard just forgot about that, or they were like, you know what, we could do it better this time. We could figure it out. No, they can't. They can't. And by the way, if you want me to tell you what's going to probably happen, as someone who played Shadow Priest and Legion and all that, next season Devourer will probably be like the worst spec in the game, because they're going to overcorrect it. And then in the final season of Midnight, it's going to be the best again. And then in the pre-patch leading into the last Titan, they're going to rework it completely, and it will just not even be the same class.
I mean, that's what happened with the AUG and Devastation and stuff, right? We've seen when they release a new class and new specs and whatnot, they're all over the place for the first year or two. It's crazy. I mean, I look at, because you said a moment ago, they're running laps around other players. We have a guy in our team who played, I'm not sure, I can't remember what his damage was this past week on Mythic Bellerin, but and he was doing 20, 30, 40% more damage than other players on Mythic raid bosses. It was insane seeing Devourer damage. Absolutely insane.
Like, what are we talking about, right? And it's also really tough because the damage profile required for certain fights in these raids are very all over the place. Yeah. Like I play Affliction. Like I love Affliction Warlock.
Me too, buddy.
I'm definitely not the type of guy who likes playing meta specs. Like I like playing what I like to play because I find it quite enjoyable. Like that's really simply about it. Yeah. And like just an example, like an Affliction Warlock trying to do certain things on these fights, it's literally impossible. And I'm really good at Affliction, I would say. It's literally impossible to keep up with other specs because there's so many things against me that handicap me to a level that is just I never experienced in the War Within before. So a lot of things have changed from War Within to Midnight, not only from class design perspective, but also raid encounter sort of, requirement perspective. That's why like there's certain specs, like if you have on demand a lot of AoE damage ready to go, it seems like right now that's going to be one of the best damage dealers. Like Devour, if you hold your meta for a second, you store up souls, you're ready to go Collapsing Star and nuke everything. Windwalker, Survival Hunter, I think who else? Like Shadow Priest was doing pretty good, but like even pre-bug, Demonology, obviously, Frost Mage, like all these classes that have a lot of on-demand burst damage ready to go when you need it, they're crushing. And then the specs that need ramp time and need like ample and consistent DPS to go like forward, like classes like Outlaw Rogue, Affliction Warlock, Beast Mastery Hunter, specs that are consistent. They're not good.
Look at us down here, man. Look at BM Hunter and Affliction Warlock down here. The two of the bottom three.
Yeah. And it proves the point. And even what is that? Is that Arcane Mage, right? Because Arcane Mage is, and the problem with things like Arcane Mage is like their cooldowns don't line up properly with fight encounters and even enhancement. Like it's so obvious, like that these raid encounters are what's making these DPS like meta specs. It's not actually the spec itself. It's just the encounter design. That's the actual major problem. And then you also have other things where like there's certain bugs and then, certain things that just go toward their favor. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Class balancing is impossible. You got 20 plus specs, especially with a brand new overhaul, Apex Towns being added. It's a tall order, but once again, we got to be better. Like there has to be, it's got to be better.
I'm seeing a lot of Demonology Warlocks, or should I say exclusively Demonology Warlocks on Lura. All right. I think you're going to have to bite the bullet.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
Time to summon some pets.
I'm already working on it this week. Trust me. I found out last night, like when all those ads came out, I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'll try to dot all of them. Yeah, that shit's not going to work. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's so messed up.
Look at this. So the top two public... in terms of public logs, the top two demon hunters are Havoc for Mythic Midnight Falls. Look at that.
Yo, by the way,
wouldn't have expected
Havoc
that.
Is a sleeper. Havoc is a sleeper.
Yeah, I think it's actually doing a lot better now, isn't it?
Yeah. They they've had some updates over the last like month or so, but also getting some more Mythic track gear, and they have a lot of on-demand burst damage if they go, specific spec. Even both hero talent trees, if you like Aldrachi, if you store your glaive ready to go, and you'll freaking nuke stuff, man. Like, Havoc's cool. Great spec.
Lance, talk to me about last night, man. Ahead of the curve. How did it feel? Voidspire. Top of the world, baby.
Yeah. Last night was a tough night for me, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, man. If I'm going to be completely real.
No, you did fine.
Yeah, no, I died on every single pull. And I think on our kill pool, I died, and Sky cheekily went and soulstoned me so I could be alive for the kill.
Get up, Lance.
No, it was cool. We had some viewers come in.
That's literally what I said.
I know. I was watching.
Yeah, who were just very good. And they pretty much carried us to the point where we have a prog team in our guild, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say.
I saw Goop in chat earlier.
Hollow. Yeah.
Goop is the freaking man.
He's pretty good at the game, I guess. I don't know. Him and his friends came in. They're pretty good. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I felt.
I'm not trying to make fun of you, just to be clear, but I did want to know your perspective on it. Like, how are the raids feeling right outside of last night's debacle? Like, how are the raids feeling to you right now? Do you guys find yourself happy to be raiding at the moment, happy to be going through these fights and whatnot? Like, what's your mental state?
Listen, Brutal, we're not on your level. And actually, I want to throw this question to you real quick. What like world rank is your guild?
Okay, first and foremost, I will answer your question, but everything you said a minute ago is exactly how I have felt this tier. This is the worst that I'm not kidding at all. This is the worst I've ever personally performed. And I swear to God, every single kill our first kill, like our first mythic kill on every boss has been my worst pull. And so not only do I feel bad, but I look like an idiot, and it's killing me, man. I hate it so much, but I think I don't know what rank we are right now. Let me pull it up on radar.io, unbalanced. We were so close to being 8 out of 9 last week. We had a 5% wipe on the second egg on Mythic Bellery. Oh yeah, you can see it here, 5.22. Looks like we're 182 at the moment. But I think the guild, this is my first tier with this guild. I think they usually finish around world 150th or something like that.
Yeah,
can't quite remember. Good. We're 2 nights a week, so I that's the whole reason why I picked them is they're 2 nights a week and they start raiding late, which is a challenge for someone as old as I am. But it doesn't disrupt bedtime with the kids, doesn't disrupt, hanging out with my wife for an hour before raid. It's really nice because I feel like I'm not neglecting my family, but I can also still game like a gamer. So it's nice. Can't really complain.
Brother, yeah, no. So like you and I are kind of playing 2 different games. Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah.
And so you know my experience with these raids is going to be different. But I will say this: I go into at least this expansion. I have no add-ons installed, not one. Besides like
Not
Auctionator.
one. What?
I have no combat add-on at all. I don't have Playinator.
Wow.
I don't have anything. I'm 100% like natty when it comes to combat.
I'm currently at 58 add-ons.
Yeah, I mean, once again, like I said, you're playing a different game. You're trying to be very good, and you
58.
are very good. So, but myself, I'll say this: the fights feel pretty good, man. Like I really enjoy Void Spire. I enjoyed progging Belleran. Here's what I'll say: I thought all the fights were good, and I think you could do all of them with no add-ons just fine.
I agree.
When we got
100%.
to Laura last night,
well, keep going. Yeah,
Laura does not feel like that.
Right. That's the only caveat.
And if they're going to design fights like that, they need to change their entire, like, okay, let me just install the weak aura. Let me just go and import something. Because that felt awful last night. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know it's only heroic, not even mythic, but that felt awful.
Weak auras is back to a degree. It's a fork called meek auras that people have been using. I'm serious, meek auras. So there are Mythic Midnight Falls / Allura meek auras for the fight. But big wigs and other things in SRT have options as well.
I'm trying to like be very stubborn, and because Blizzard did what they did, I want to try to like hold my hand out straight and say no add-ons. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna try to do it like this, and if I can't do it because of that, then they screwed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in here for a second because it frustrates me so bad. Like, no, for real. Like, I don't get upset like often. Like, I'm a very mellow, chill person, especially about a freaking video game.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
I think they've done a really good job with a lot of things. The pruning, even boss encounter design is very digestible and easy now to understand. But the second you get to Midnight Falls and you're fighting Laura, the fact that I am required as someone who really enjoys shot calling and raid leading and, you know, gathering a team and somehow pushing through, you know, a boss encounter, I'm required as the shot caller to have a weak aura to help me get this boss. It is the most, it's impossible to do that fight without a weak aura. It's impossible. Like, you have to remember 5 symbols straight in a row. And by the way, this is just on heroic. This is not even mythic, by the way. This is, you got to remember 5 symbols. 3 was manageable. We did it without anything, but you have to remember 5, do it at a very consistent basis. Everyone has to know the exact order. You have to have it pop up on your screen, and then you have to raid, like, what is it? Raid warning, call it out as well. It's just so stupid. Like, it's the most stupid thing I think Blizzard has ever done. And they've done a lot of stupid things. And it frustrates me very bad because you can't be this adamant about going into an expansion, getting rid of as many add-ons as possible, and do some clown show design like this. And it's crazy because I actually enjoy the boss fight. I think it's incredibly cool and very unique, but to the point where I'm required to have this weak aura and pack and, you know, whatever to do this. It's very, very stupid. It's not fun. It ruins, like, I don't know. It kind of killed it for me. Like, it's crazy because I thought that fight on normal when I first experienced it, I was like, man, what like an incredible idea and concept. As long as it doesn't get to a certain point. And then I looked it up on heroic. I was like, damn, 5. That's gonna be a lot for me to remember during an encounter. Like, how am I gonna do that? And then, you know, you go to mythic, and then it's like, what is it, 10? And like, what are we doing here? Go ahead, Lance. Sorry.
And brutal. You know more than us even, but it's not even getting one person to remember these things, right? But you have to get everyone in the group, and everyone knows this who's done the fight, even if you've seen it a couple of times. Everyone has to get it right, and if you don't, it wipes you.
You just fall over, yeah.
Yeah, and it just gets to a point where even I started to understand it, and I would just pay attention to the symbols last night, and I didn't even need it after a few attempts. Okay, I'm this symbol. I watched it in order. I know where to go. But now we're just relying on every person to have to figure it out, or you can't even get out of phase 1.
Yeah.
Which is it's whatever. And listen, I'm cool with the final boss. You need to prog it. That's fine.
Right.
It just seems like, yeah, I don't know. It just goes against, it feels like what their philosophy is trying to be right now.
Were you guys dropping world markers as the shapes were coming out? I know a lot. That's what my guild did. That's what a lot of guilds do. They like, we had our raid leader say, okay, you know, orange, and then one person, not him, a separate person, their sole job during that period of the fight is to drop down an orange world marker in that first spot. Then triangle. Then the second person, a completely different person than orange person. So you essentially have like 5 people assigned to a world marker. They drop it down in the correct order, and that way it helps people to be able to determine where to go. It just requires you to make a macro, which is I can even send it to you guys if you need me to. But you just assign 5 people to drop the world marker in the right order, and that way people can, if they're tunneling for whatever reason, they can look up. Okay, red X is over there, blue square is over there, etc. They disperse. Lure does its thing. Everyone goes back to their business. That helped us, and I'm sure that's helped a lot of guilds out tremendously. I don't know if that'll help you guys out.
Yeah, and by the way, I think
Sky, what's wrong?
I think we could figure it out. We went into that fight last night with like no prep because we didn't think we were even gonna get there last night. Like we went in there.
You guys crushed it, man.
Yeah, I think we 2-shotted.
Goop.
What was it? Illyria? Like we went in there and just destroyed it. And then we got Bellaran down in like 2 or 3 pulls. We weren't expecting to actually get there, so like we didn't do any prep. Like I didn't even watch the fight on heroic, or because I was like, oh man, this is a problem for like 2-3 weeks from now, bro. I'm not even worried about that. So like we just started like polling, like just like shotgun polling this thing with a couple of, you know, notes from Goop. Okay, guys, this is how you do it, and we're like following his lead, but like none of the group was ready for that really. You know, we weren't prepared. I'm sure if we did some, you know, some preparing and put some notes out for the team, hey guys, you know, read up on this, watch this, get ready. We're killing Midnightfall. We had none of that, bro. So it's like, you know, we'll see what happens this next week.
Sky, you look deflated over there. What's wrong, man?
No, it's just a little frustrating because I really love raid leading and I love shot calling. Like I actually do find enjoyment, even though there's a stress and like a frustration level to it if people don't, you know, like you know, listen to the shot calls and, you know, whatever. But there's something incredibly fun. Slowly, like you have your team and you're slowly making progression through a fight that is like, it's about strategy, like, you know, and getting through things together as a team. Like as a raid leader shot caller, you got to know where your biggest weaknesses are in your team, and you got to sort of like strategize and plan on how to not make those weaknesses feel so prevalent in the fight. But like, it's just to the point where that's not really the case most of the time with this last fight. That's not what it is. It's not like, okay, group 2's damage, you know, our even group's damage is a little bit low. I got to, you know, shift some people around, or the healing is a little bit low, so maybe I can have this guy spec into AoE, you know, more AoE prevalent heals rather than burst single target. Like, it's not like that. It's not like, it's just simply, it's a straight mechanic check. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind fights like that either. Like, that's not a problem either. But if it's a straight mechanic check, but with a weak aura pack included, that's mandatory, I just get frustrated. It's a little bit annoying. And by the way, I have no problem also doing like active world marker sort of, you know, movement on the fly. I have all those hotkeyed 1 through 9, like no problem. Like on Crown of the Cosmos, I would have people stack on certain markers and stuff, you know, going through. That's not a problem. I love that stuff. And I find it enjoyable, me trying to do my rotation, perform well, do the world markers, shot call. Like, it's so fun to me to figure out and crack, right? But it's another level of, it's just goofy to me. And I think they fucked up. Excuse my language. I think they messed up. I don't like it. I think it's kind of dumb. But I love the boss. I think the boss is really cool. I think the concept is really cool. Just don't think it was executed. And just like what Lance said, it goes against what their philosophy was. I don't like it.
How far did you guys get in the fight yesterday?
I think we got to the end of phase 2 on our best pull. Or no, phase 2, wasn't that the little... Oh, so no. Yeah, no, we got to the end of phase 1 right before phase 2. And then there was a point where I had a crystal, and then I got targeted for one of the mechanics, and then I dropped the crystal, I dodged the mechanic, and then one of the laser beams spawned on my crystal that I went to go pick up. And apparently, yeah, that was just bad luck. And I didn't know that was a thing either.
Right.
So I just, bad luck on our best poll, Frog of the night. So it is what it is. It's incredibly fun. If it's just so crazy, like if the fight didn't have a 5-point memory game and if it was just 3, I promise you it's so manageable without a weak aura. It's very easy. Like I got it. But trying to keep up my damage, shot call, raid lead, and then remember 5 markers, it's impossible. I'm not that good. I'm shitty in that regard.
Spread the load, baby. Spread the load.
Yeah.
And that's I'm serious. If you just make sure you delegate, hey, your job is to drop this marker, right? It takes so much off your plate. It'll make the fight so much more enjoyable for you. I think I say go for it, man. Do it. And if you ever need a little hunter to step in with you guys and I'm free, just send me a little whisper, a little. I'll come in and pew pew, man.
We'll have to see, man. Honestly, like we're gonna give it a really good go this week. We're gonna try to go get Dream Rift down for heroic to see if anybody can get that trinket before we go in there, and then we're gonna Vantis rune. And
do you guys ever do mythic raids with your team at all? Because you had 20 people last night, right?
You can go, Lance.
So, you ever try to herd cats?
Dude, I'm not kidding, okay? Okay, go.
No, and with the way that we kind of run the Saturday night, it's almost like a pug with people from our community that are in the guild. We just, for the most part, and yesterday, I will say yesterday, we did have more strict requirements. Like we were saying, guys, listen, you got to have this item level. We're going to try to make a push. But most of the time, it's like everyone just come in. It's new people every week. And no offense to any of the people who come every week, trying to do mythic like that sounds miserable.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Miserable. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke, not an exaggeration. So take this however you want. If you can kill heroic Crown of the Cosmos and heroic Bellerin and heroic Midnight Falls, you can absolutely kill mythic Chimeras, mythic Imperator Versing, whatever his name, and mythic Veracius. Takes a little bit more coordination. But you could, I swear to God, those are easier than heroic Midnight Falls IMO. They're not this insurmountable, insanely challenging encounter. Whatever.
All I have to do is bring Goop in.
Exactly. That's it, man.
I mean,
lock it in. Goop
is Goop like very well known in the WoW? Is he very well known in the WoW space? Because I don't know what's going on.
I mean, there's a guy named Goop in Liquid. I don't know if it's the same Goop.
Is he RPing as Liquid
I don't know.
Goop?
I don't know this Goop the God in Twitch chat. Definitely not. Okay, so he's just an offshoot of Goop. The Goop has split into 2 Goops now, and maybe he's just
gooped in my pants last night.
That's another story for another day.
This guy came in, and we just were. I don't know. They were awesome. Him and his group that came in were awesome, man. And they made me feel like I was very bad at the game, which I probably am. But
they're all just top secret cool. Liquid players. Just got like a handful of Liquid players hanging out with you guys. So
one of them sounded like THD, by the way.
I mean, THD's a gamer, man. That guy's insane. I mean, do you ever watch him as a warlock, Sky? Dude, insane. The guy's an absolute insane gamer. Where do you think this raid? I know. Well, I guess 3 raids. Where do you think this tier is landing for people that, you guys have a very heroic level mindset. I'm a little bit higher at mythic. There are about 1 trillion players that do LFR, normal, heroic, whatever. Where do you think raiding is landing at the moment? Do you think the average player is enjoying it?
Hold on. You said you're a little bit higher. Guys in the world 150th guild. Yeah, I'm a little bit higher.
Don't.
Just a little bit higher. Brother.
Believe me, I'm not playing as well.
Games,
no. I'm not playing as well as you think I am, and I'm not trying to be, all like hee about it. No.
Yeah, but listen, you could be even, and this is like, even if you were the worst player in that guild,
I am.
We're still playing much different games. But whatever. Either way, Sky, I'll let you go first.
No, I don't know. I thought this raid tier was pretty cool. I thought it was fun. First of all, I enjoyed the little 3 separate raid thing. I actually like that. I was very excited about it pre-midnight release. And now with it happening, I thought it was really refreshing and a nice change of pace, being like completely new visual setup, new boss looks and feel. Like, I don't know, I found it so enjoyable compared to just one raid, one theme, one feel. That's it.
Yeah.
Whether that's the best thing to do, I don't know. But in terms of visuals and feeling and vibe and story, I thought it was freaking awesome. I also liked the delayed release on March of Quel'Danas. So like, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. So for me personally, I can't speak on everybody. It's pretty high up there for me. I enjoyed it. I think I liked it more than Nurubar Palace, and that's saying something because I enjoyed Nurubar Palace. Other than obviously a couple bosses in Maniforge, like specifically Dimensius, I liked most of the bosses in this tier more than Maniforge, except for Undermine. I think Undermine's my favorite expansion. Like that and Castle Nathria are like my top 2 ever. They're just so
Castle Nathria,
thematic and fun for me personally. But no, for me, it's up there. I really enjoyed it. I like a lot of the boss fights. The encounters were fun. I thought it leads into a cool bit on the story as well. I thought it was cool. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna tangent real quick. Art, I'm not looking to throw you under the bus. Just to be clear, I'm not looking to make you feel bad or anything like that. But are you okay with the whole Sylvanas coming out of nowhere? I mean, not literally out of nowhere, but basically coming out of nowhere and pew-pewing Xal'atath and.
This is my story lore guy question.
There's something going on with the Shadowlands. It's not right, champion.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Get out.
No, and listen, you know, you can. I've had my gripes with Sylvanas, definitely, but I called it as soon as they announced midnight. I literally looked at Sky. I was like, oh, Sylvanas is coming back to save Silvermoon. Like that's how they're going to give her redemption arc. And that's how she's going to do it. She's going to come back and the Ranger General's back to save the city, right? I mean, it just makes sense. And just from a money perspective, Sylvanas makes them a lot of money. And we're not going to like lie, right? Like I think they even said it at one point. Like Sylvanas makes a lot of money for them. So yeah, I mean, whatever. I thought it was pretty cool. I think that I'm very excited to see what comes next. And whether you like the WoW story or not, I'm one of those guys who does. I do think the dialogue could be cringe at times.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to things like that. But I think the overall story and lore of the game is pretty good. And I'm very excited to see what's next. I like the Sylvanas thing. I wish we would get less Windrunners as like
as a whole.
Yeah, like can they? We don't need them to be in the forefront forever. Like let's wrap it up. Even like then let's let Midnight be the end of them. Illyria gone, Sylvanas gone. Let it end, and let's start building these new characters. I think it was pretty cool. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. Yeah, it was all right.
I'm just sick of him, man. I'm sick of the Windrunners. I'm sick of Sylvanas. Just not my cup of tea. I know there was that little storyline. I think it was prior to the expansion launching of Erator going to visit Sylvanas and her plucking at her harp or whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, I feel like
it was her brother's harp.
Oh, her brother's harp. I apologize, but I mean, I don't think there was anything from Midnight's release through all 4 of the zone. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say anything other because Windrunner Spires, you know, the ghost, her nephew or whatever says, Sylvanas, she didn't want to be idolized or whatever he says during
her brother.
During that dungeon. Oh, is that the guy whose harp that she's plucking away at?
Yes.
Gotcha. Listen,
a bard.
All right. Where's the bard class? Anyway, the point is.
That's why he's my lore guy, by the way. That's why I don't say shit because I don't want to get corrected by him. I just go, hey, take this one, my lore guy.
But I don't know. It felt a little weird that Sylvanas just came out of, again, to me, and again, I know the story that happened right before the expansion launch, but just felt like she came out of nowhere and she's like, pew, and then blew up a little orb, and the orb just came back like it didn't matter at all, and Xal'atath twirled her little mustaches and disappeared.
Yeah, I agree. Like, also, like, when I was watching that clip for the first time, my initial reaction was, "Ew,
Yeah.
why,
I
why
like
did
this
that
well.
happen?" I was like, "Ew, Nelly." And then I look over at Lance. He's like, "Oh, it's pretty good, not
Yeah,
bad."
he's
And I'm
smiling
thinking,
like, I love it so much.
I'm thinking personally, I'm like, not good. Like, no. Like, why are we getting? Like,
You know,
why is she back?
it's one of those things to where, and again, I think this is just a byproduct of like one of you guys said, like 20 plus year old spaghetti code. This is 20 plus years of so many different people having their hands in the story pot. I mean, Chris Metzen was there originally, he left, now he's back. And we've had guys who, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but someone who had a really, I was going to say something, but never mind. He was very much a fan of Sylvanas, I think, during Legion of BFA, and then he left, or whatever the case may be. I mean, so many people have touched the story. It must be nigh impossible to keep things on that, one track and one mind and one approach when so many people want so many characters to have the spotlight and they want to touch on this versus that. And it's just, again, it's just that's the nature of a live service game when you don't have one through line,
Definitely. And also, I mean, there's people who care about the WoW story.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm one of them. I care about it. I like it a lot. But let's not lie to each other. And even the people who get upset and they like, oh, WoW story's crap. This is why I don't play the game. 90% of those people should just, and no offense, but they should shut up because they don't care. They don't even play the game for that. If there was no story at all and there was just random dungeons and raids, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and what's happening now anyway.
Yeah, that's
so.
That's kind of my approach.
They don't even pay attention to what's going on regardless. And when you really, if you dig deep and you kind of know what's going on, there's, I'm not saying Sylvanas showing up was like obvious, but
right.
Listen, it's not the end of the world.
The way that I approach it, for better for worse, is that I don't play WoW for the story. When it's good or when it resonates with me, awesome. I love that. When it doesn't, I'm still playing the game. Like, I'm still running the dungeons, running the raids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to quit WoW because of the story, because for me, WoW's about the gameplay. The story is secondary to the gameplay for me. So for some people, it's the exact opposite. Some people love the story, and occasionally they raid or occasionally they run a dungeon, and that's totally fine. That's the beauty of a game like WoW, is you can do whatever the heck you want, and there's no right or wrong, right? I mean, for most people, there's no right or wrong. Some people may argue that, but that's enough. That's whatever. To me, there's just, you just play the game however you want, have fun,
Agreed. Agreed. And listen, like I just said, most people don't care about the story, and they're just looking for a reason to be upset because they've been playing WoW for 21 years, and they're looking for a way to get off the cycle, right?
Listen, back in my
day. With that being said, Xal'atath, at the end of that cinematic, I mean, she did exactly what she came to do. She won. We didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
She won. She went down into the Sunwell, or Voidwell, rather. She went, she did what she came to accomplish.
Yeah, so what was her end goal?
Fight Sylvanas.
So she at the top of Voidspire, she stabs Illyria, who I'm sure is going to be fine, by the way. Stinking Blizzard. So she stabs Illyria, rips Lura out, right? So now she has Lura. She scampers her way over to the Sunwell, and she throws Lura in the Sunwell. It becomes the Darkwell, or is that what they called it? The Darkwell?
Yeah, Voidwell.
Whatever it is. Lura, I mean, what was she, and this is a genuine question, what was she trying to accomplish there? Was she trying to summon void entities to Azeroth through the Darkwell?
I think she was trying to do that and then travel through it to get to the World Soul.
Oh, that's what she was trying to get to the World Soul. I see.
To corrupt the World Soul.
I see.
And I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but if you followed War Within, we're going to probably have to go down into the core way or something of that effect.
I mean, but did she go to the core, or did we stop her? Because I actually don't know. Did she? Okay.
She went down.
I think that the next area 12.1 is going to be the troll area, like to the east of Zul'Aman.
It's either going to be that, or maybe they give us that in a 0.5 or 0.7 patch, but most likely that'll be 12.1.
I don't know. But nevertheless, let's talk about Mythic Plus real quick because I don't know where to go with the story stuff. But do you guys engage with Mythic Plus at all on the reg?
I do, not for fun, but I do. Right now I'm like 3350, 3340.
That's fantastic, man! Congratulations.
Yeah,
Do you play Affliction? No, it's not.
Yeah, I do. I play Affliction. Yeah,
dude, that is not horrible.
I'm really not too interested in Mythic Plus. I'm literally doing it for rewards and just to like refine my skill on my spec. Horrible. I'm obviously memeing to an extent.
Right.
Like, I still don't love Mythic Plus. I think there are some issues with it. I would even prefer them to put some like even solo queue if that would be an option.
Oh my god,
because,
yes.
Like even though that would cause a mountain of problems as is.
It would.
But
I'll die on that hill, no pun intended. I will. Dude, I'm right there with you.
It would cause problems.
No, but I say this on my stream all the time. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but yes, solo queue will fix some problems, introduce other problems, but I'm willing to deal with that because solo queue. Anyway,
it's a similar concept to like when people were scared of the idea of solo queue arenas. Like it's like, why would you do that? The other queues would be dead. No, they wouldn't be. Like there would still be people like really sweaty looking for a team for threes, or in this case, looking for a team for Mythic Plus. Like, I don't know. Like it's mind-boggling to me that I can be 3350, 280 gear score, and I'm not getting accepted into a group right now when you're like 22 fucking hundred. Like like I'm laughing and like, are you joking? Like, and it's crazy even as an Affliction where like I'm definitely not supposed to be a meta spec by all means, but like I've tampered with so many builds where like most of the time I'm top DPS by the end of the dungeon. So like it's I don't know, it's just a system that incentivizes so much as like sweaty behavior and like gatekeeping and just probably the worst aspects of what an MMO should bring out. Like a timer in general, really bad idea for like difficulty of content, in my opinion. Like speed running things is not cool because it incentivizes you to and encourages you to want to bring meta and best only.
Yeah.
So that's not cool. I don't like that. And I don't know, I just think there's a lot of issues with Mythic Plus in general, like gearing on it. It's a little bit funky. But then like you have to do it because you got to do your tier 10s for your Mythic track loot in the vault every week, which I don't know. It's just a lot of funky behavior from it. Don't get me wrong, I love the concept and I don't mind like that type of gameplay. Like to a certain extent I enjoy it. But then once you even start getting into those 16, 17s, like you start dealing with people who are like know-it-alls and act like they're like God's given like grace to the earth. And God forbid someone messes up one thing, and even me included, I'm far from perfect. Like I mess up one thing,
same.
And they just quit the key. They're done.
I had a string for like a week and a half to where I was trying to get Resilient 17s, and I pug. I'm exclusively a pugger. I know that I'd have. Trust me, I know that I would have a better time if I formed a team, but I don't want a season-long team. I just want to get Resilient 17, Resilient 18, pat myself on the back, call it a day. And about 2 weeks ago, I started chasing Resilient 17. And for about a week and a half, man, it was just fail after fail after fail because there's every X levels you run into people that behave or perform in these weird ways. Like I find that a lot of people in that 16 to 18 range, like you said, they bite off more than they can chew. They think they know more than they actually do, and it just becomes a train wreck so often. It's wild. Yeah, a solo queue. I would love a solo queue as a DPS, and like you said, I don't think introducing a solo queue would kill the manual formation of groups. Is that did I phrase it? Manual formation. The point is manually forming groups. I think that plenty of people would still pick and choose who they want. But for me, especially when it comes to running, like if I just wanted to run 8+12s to fill my vault, like you said, I just want to queue. I don't care if I have to carry people. It's a +12. It's no big deal to me. Exactly. Just let me get in there and get going.
Also, you know what I think is incredibly outdated at this point, and just quite frankly, to be brutally to be on the brutal podcast, to be blunt about
brutally honest.
The key system is very stupid to me. Like I can't pick which dungeon I want to form my group for is very idiotic. There are so many times where like I'm using my own key because I don't want to deal with sitting in a queue for an hour trying to get into a group. And And I keep getting the same dungeons over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm just running the same 3-4 every single time. And I'm like, I can't get a Windrunner Spire, or I can't get a,
I have a Windrunner Spire right now.
Yeah. So like my point is like, it's just so stupid to me that like, I like, there's a lot about Mythic Plus that I think needs to get adjusted. But like top of the list would be like, grouping has to be better, like in a way, like that's like unbiased to a certain extent. Like I think maybe you hit a certain IO and then, you know, your top key range like progresses, and then you can queue solo queue into that top key bracket, and then you get group of people. Like as simple as that. Like I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what the solution is. I'm just gonna be the jerk off who introduces the problem.
Same, man. That's the thing. Like I don't. Go ahead.
I just want to say for solo queue, would tanks and healers even want to queue for solo queue?
Some would. Certainly some would, but I agree. Like they hold that golden chalice, or whatever you want to call it, where it's like I can pick and choose who I want to. So why would I subject myself to 3 to 4 random noobs?
Unless they give their specific solo queue mounts or rewards that they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Or just they get more rewards. Maybe they have an extra chance at loot if they do queue as a tank or a healer. That you'd have to do something like that. Otherwise, yeah, why in the world would, as a tank or a healer, I queue into randoms?
No, like I do think that some people would engage with the system just because it's simple, quick, easy, brainless, right? And if I like I have alt tanks. If I let's say I wanted to run +2s into 4s and 5s and so on and so forth, I would rather just queue into it. And then when I reach that 12 system, I think that the average experience and the average player that queues for, and keep in mind, there would be requirements, like whether it's an IO requirement, an item level requirement, or whatever requirement. So that way you're not carrying people who should be in +2s through +12s, hopefully. But the point is, I do think that no matter what, you would have people engaging with it just because it's the click of a button, don't have to do anything about it kind of a thing.
Yeah, I was just saying. I guess
I was waiting for Lance. Just gonna say. I was hoping Lance would jump back in with something there. I was just letting the silence speak for itself.
Yeah.
I
was just gonna say, yeah, convenience is everything for most retail players. They just want
convenience. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yes, I think you're right in the money about that. Yeah. So how high do you normally push per tier, Sky?
I minimum just try to get all the achievements available. So like just hit 3K and I bounce.
Yeah.
And then you won't see me in Mythic Plus again.
So with the 3,400 achievement, is that something you're pursuing?
Absolutely. Yeah. I was planning on getting it this week, but I was running my own 16 and this brewmaster thought we were in the MDI and decided to pull 900 mobs in the I'll tell you what he did. I'll just say it to you. I had a 16 sky reach, by the way, something I've already done before, and he did this weird thing where he put his transcendence like port back to the front. He was like, everyone stay here, and we're like, oh shit, what's about that? He went all the way up the goddamn stairs and pulled the caster mobs up the first set of stairs, transcendence portal back, and there's 900 mobs coming. Bro, I'm like, what are you doing? And then he's flaming everyone. You didn't get kicks out. This, that. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, it. By the way, 16s, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn and act like I'm some big shot.
Right.
They're not as difficult as you think, as long as you just do things safely. Like, you can play very safe and secure and time a 15, 16. Obviously, once you get like 17, 18s, you got to start taking risk here or there. But like, deaths is really what kills.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that timer, dude. 15 seconds off the clock, and then, you know, regrouping, getting ready, running to an area. You'll knock off 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes in one wipe, easy. So like, as long as you're safe and you do things very consistently, like you should be fine. But like, no, I don't know it.
I totally agree with you. Like, I'm resilient 17, which I think is good, but by no means is that amazing, right? Because a lot of people are engaging in 20s right now. When I say a lot, I mean, you know, like the 0.1%ers. The point I'm trying to make is that being resilient 17, having gone through my 14s, 15s, 16s, and now 17s, I totally agree with you. If you get a group of people in there, tank, healer, 3 DPS, if they understand, hey, like for me, I have a focus kick macro, so I mark my target with a star, so I'm always going to interrupt, stun, star. That's my responsibility. Tank knows what to pull. Healer knows when the big damage spikes come out. As long as you're not doing anything stupid or whatever the case may be, you can just go to 1, 2, 3 packs at a time.
Yeah.
Whatever's quote unquote typical normal, and you'll time the dungeon. It's not complicated. It's genuinely not.
Yeah, it's literally just there's a certain pull like pattern. And once you understand the pull pattern, like, okay, I know the next pull is going to be like a 4 or 5 pack pull. I'll hold my cooldowns for that. I know we're going to need a lot of extra burst. I know what mobs need to be kicked. Like doing this fancy MDI shit, I don't know. It's obviously on a per person basis, but like you don't like just do what we've done on the +12.
Yep.
Just now on the +16. Like you don't have to rewrite the book.
Very rarely do you need to change something to beat that timer. Occasionally, maybe you do need to make one, one extra pack into that poll or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I totally agree.
That's why whenever I'm in a group, we go Demonology, Augmentation Evoker, we go Frost Mage, Resto Druid, Brewmaster Monk every single time. That's the meta, baby.
So Lance, you don't do Mythic Plus much at all?
No, I mean, I'm a maybe get my 10s done type of guy. I am going to get 3K this season just because it's such a joke. And it's not that I can't do Mythic Plus. I really don't find
it's just not your thing. I totally understand.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I get it. Also, I played a Shadow Priest forever, and there's only very rare that they're good in Mythic Plus.
Yeah, it just depends on the
tier. It's not been fun. Yeah, it's not been fun at all, really. I've never enjoyed playing, Mythic Plus as a Shadow Priest. I am a Windwalker Monk, and while they're not great at it, they feel good in Mythic Plus. So, I'll play it. I'll get to 3K. It's pretty easy. Man, because of this Void Core system, I had a 10 Algathar Academy this week, and I put it in the group finder, and instantly I had full 3,400 IO people all queue for it, and we timed it. I swear to God, it was maybe a 10-minute done. It was the fastest thing. I got carried. Everyone in there was doing
the tank
was doing 130k DPS. I was doing less damage than the tank, and I was just like, I'm along for the ride. I didn't kick one thing. I didn't do anything, bro. I'm like, yo. At one point, I literally was just running, and they were in mobs, and they were dead before I even got to them. I'm like, yo, this is sick. And then after that, I had a Windrunner Spire. I tried to put that in. I couldn't get one person to queue for it.
Really?
Bro, it was Algathar. I filled in 2 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
I was in the dungeon and
that
completed
puzzle box.
it. Inside of 15 minutes, I was done.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, I sat and didn't get one person to queue for my Windrunner or whatever dungeon it was.
I want to circle back to something because earlier in the show you had said that you intentionally did not use your bonus rolls. So I did because I wanted to get the puzzle box, and I did, thankfully. My first roll was a trash cloak. My second roll, my second of 2, was the trinket. So I got really lucky this week. And of course, yesterday or whatever it was, I think maybe Friday, I got my rolls back. And you often hear exploit early, exploit often, and this wasn't that necessarily. I wasn't, and no one who used their bonus rolls this week, we weren't exploiting. We just use them because that's the point of the rolls, right? So how do you justify, how do you explain Blizzard's position on this matter? Because you look at somebody like me, I got a best in slot trinket for free. I have my 2 bonus. So next week I'm gonna have 4, maybe 5, depending upon my great vault, 4 to 5 bonus rolls, which is a guaranteed either 2 pieces of raid loot or 5 pieces of Mythic Plus Myth Track loot.
Here's what I'll say: as someone, I don't like you getting good things for you. Actually, I don't give a crap. I'm actually happy for you.
Same.
So good for you, and for all of those people, good for them. But I actually do feel bad for the people who did get duplicates.
Exactly. Duplicates, or somebody like you who you don't get extra loot now, which maybe you personally don't care, but some people surely do.
No, definitely. Some people do. And I think what Blizzard should do is just let everyone get the 2 extra ones.
That's what I agree. I think that everyone should have just gotten 2 extra rolls this week, or 2 extra tokens this week.
This season is a loot pinata season already. This season is a joke. I'm higher item level, by the way, than I was at any point during War Within already. In what are we, week 5 of the season?
Yeah, it's still pretty early on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost done with heroic. Like I'm ready to just have mythic. I play the game like 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
This season is a loot pinata. Who cares? Just throw more gear at us anyway, because it's already a joke.
Sky, what about you, man? I see you shaking your head. What's wrong, man? What are you thinking?
Listen, I love when World of Warcraft is more acceptable. I do, and dude, how many times did I preach this on that last show? Like catering the casuals and making accessibility. It's a good thing. I thought it was a really level-headed in War Within. Dude, brutal. This is out of control. How fast you can get geared, dude.
What I have heard, and I'm being intentional with my interrupting you. I apologize. What I've heard that it trivializes heroic raiding. It makes heroic raiding not even seem worthwhile, because why heroic raid when you can by 2 weeks? 2 weeks from now, you're basically full myth trek geared because of mythic great vaults and bonus rolls. Go ahead.
I'll tell you right now, it's not only just heroic raiding, but also, what about Delves and Prey? Delves and Prey got like there's no need to go in there at all the second you start running 10s, because I need to fill my Great Vault with 8 10s, so I have my 3 shots at Mythic Track loot. But not only that, I'm getting Gildeds for my Mythic Track loot and crafted Spark gear. But then I'm getting my IO up. But then you also, because you're running 10s, that's the easiest level to fill your Great Vault, which means the best players are going to do that. So you can almost get carried by doing that in a way, rather than running like something at 11 or 12. So you can literally just sit and farm 10s nonstop, cap out on hero, gildeds, crests, whatever, get the best loot possible. You don't have to do delves. You don't have to do prey. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of problems with gearing this season. I thought me and Lance have spoke about it so many times. Like, I think it was way too easy to get gear. I also think they need to rework somehow the system and make it harder to do a 10, because it's just too easy. Like, they need to drop the levels down similar to like War Within Season 2-ish. Like, War Within Season 1 was impossible. That's not a good season. We don't ever want to go back there. But War Within Season 2 was pretty level-headed to an extent. It still took me a couple weeks to get into 10s. But yeah, I think, and one of your topics that I'm sure we're going to get into is the 3,400, mount situation and everything and the rewards. And the reason why they added that was because 3K was just incredibly easy to obtain. And, they got to keep people entertained for more time. Like, so they add the 3,400, add the mounts, and even then the mounts are, re-release content, and so there's a lot of drama. I want to ask you, how do you feel about that whole situation, the 3,400 situation, and the re-release of mounts, and mounts that were achievable back then?
I'm not, my opinion is probably not most people's opinion. Ultimately, overall, I don't care. I think that having things to chase and things to pursue are good. I personally don't care that they're bringing back old mounts, because I'm sure that all of us have missed a season or two at some point in time. Maybe not, but it doesn't bother me. I'm one of those weirdos to where I like Mythic Plus, but at the same time I don't, because I hate being dependent upon people. But at the same time, that's the only way to interact and engage with the system. I can't solo it, obviously. Even with a solo queue system, can't solo Mythic Plus. For me, it's just a means to an end, I guess. I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to look at it, but it's fine. I don't hate it. I don't know if it would be better to have more, or like is less is more, or is more in this case. Like, should we have a 3,200, 3,400, 3,600? Like, should Blizzard incentivize people to be chasing more achievements, more mounts, more this, more that? Will that get more people to engage with the system, or will that burn people out? I don't know.
I think it's a little bit of both. Like more rewards is always great. Like, don't get me wrong, more things to chase, but also, when does it get to the point where, like,
the sense of quality starts
Yeah.
going down because like it's less reward or it's more rewards and not less. So it's like it's just a bunch of like fluff. It's like little knickknacks at the gift shop rather than like you ever like go to the arcade and you start earning a bunch of tickets, and then like the first level of tickets you could spend is like the plastic little
it's
like
just a thing.
That's like has a piece of crap on it attached and
Yes.
it says push me, and it's like yeah, so like I feel like that's kind of where we would go with that. Like they're like it's just all little plastic donkeys. So I don't know if it'd be a great idea, but as long as the rewards are still like cool, sure, it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
More rewards are always great. Like I still like feel like a weapon enchant illusion that is a slightly different color than the PvP one every season would be a good idea also. Like for Mythic Plus, I feel like that's just an easy layup. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because I'm not the kind of... I could not care less about titles. I have 0 titles on. I'm not a title guy. Same thing with mounts. Like, I know that mounts are some people's jam, and that's awesome. I'm not here to rain on anyone's parade, but I personally just... I don't care. It's a mount. I mean, whatever. I've got hundreds of them. I don't need another one. Sure, I'll use it, but whatever. So for me, yeah, what else can they introduce? I mean, weapon, like I said, a visual enchant or whatever you want to call it. Transmog, decor now, I'm sure. But then again, I don't care about. Dude, do you know what's in my house? A literal one box is in my house. I don't care about housing. That doesn't mean that there aren't thousands of people that do. Yeah, like how do you determine what reward structure should be used and what should be rewarded? I would like to see more things put in there, but God, we've been saying that for a literal decade now.
Yeah, and so that I think I'm just happy that they're doing something for the higher key pushers for now.
Same.
I think they do need to play around with the rewards. And I think, listen, this is a good step. 3,400 having its own thing is good. Here's what I'll say as someone who's probably never going to get 3,400. Having aspirational content in World of Warcraft is what this shit is all about. Like, let's think back to when we all started playing WoW and we sucked balls at the game. I remember TBC going and being in Stormwind or being in Shatterer and seeing the dude, the rogue with his warglaive.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? Pump the brakes.
Shatterer. Shatrath, whatever.
Shatterer? Sky, how do you say it? I have to ask.
Now growing up, we were younger. We would say Shatra, but now that I'm older and I have a YouTube channel and people make fun of me for being a freaking idiot, now it's like knowingly I know it's Shatrath. Like
okay.
Like I know that now.
Okay. Tomato, guys.
Okay.
Guys, tomato.
Okay. Anyway, as you were saying, sir, I apologize. Mr.
Either way,
Shatterer, please continue.
All the Warcraft, when you're growing up, or when you're first starting to play, the coolest shit is being in the capital city and seeing someone with something that you want.
Yes.
And maybe you'll never get it. And even not getting it adds a level of like allure to it where it's like, oh man, I still think about, and I could go and get a Warglaive now, sure, that's whatever. Doesn't mean anything now, but getting it when it's badass. And like, man, I'll never get that. But that's cool too, because those legends that I saw back then are awesome. Now they do things like, actually, even when I see people now with like the weapon transmog for PvP, I think that's cool. That I could get. That's not even that hard. But having things like that for Mythic Plus, that's what they should do. Things to aspire to. And I'll never get it, but it's nice to have.
Dude, this hits so close to home because, you know, I joke about EverQuest every episode just because it's just something I enjoy doing. But I remember being a kid in, I think it was 2000 is when I had this interaction. And this has stuck with me for the past 27 years or however long it's been, right? As a kid, I came across somebody in the East Commonlands tunnels. Shout out to anyone who knows the EC tunnels. East Commonlands Tunnel, he had one of those PvP titles that you only got because back in the day, like this is so cool. Back when EverQuest first launched, at a certain point in time when the game was growing, the developers would gather X amount of people who wanted to participate in this PvP battle, and they would put people on this little platform, and they would have them duel just one-on-one, and it was like a bracket, and eventually there was a winner, and they got a title and stuff. I remember finding somebody with that title, and it blew my little teenage brain. It was insane to me. And similarly, back in vanilla in Orgrimmar, the first time I saw a Tauren warrior with full Nax gear, like that moment has stuck with me my entire life. So I hear you loud and clear. Thank you for letting me tangent.
Yeah, no, and man, things like that are what make these games great. Right? Like those are memorable moments. I remember the first time I saw a guy with that Warglaive, or even back, let's go back even to 2019 Classic. I remember the first Thunder Fury I saw.
Yes. Yep.
Like these are things that
the Nax, or not awesome. Nax mount, the AQ mount, right? The Black
and even in this expansion, even though it wasn't that hard, like the first mount I saw from the Nemesis boss, that was cool. I went and got it, a week later, but like that was cool. These things are what this game's all about.
Yeah.
Having things that you want to go push for. Have really cool things. I'll try to do it. Whether I'm good enough to do it or not, who cares? Maybe I'm not, maybe I am. But have it there. I know I'm not good enough to get the mythic mount. That's cool. I think it's badass every time I see one.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. It never bothers me because I'm not a PvPer, and it has never bothered me once when I see an amazing PvP like Glad mount that I'll never get because it's just not my cup of tea. I love when people, like you said, either have something to aspire to and chase, or when I see somebody have something that I know I'll never have. It's not a matter of jealousy. It's a matter of that's cool, good for them. And I love seeing that. Now, sometimes I am inspired. It's not jealousy, but sometimes I look at someone, it's like, I want that. What do I got to do? Yep. And if I'm able or willing to do it, I do it because it's cool. You know, it's that cool fact.
I'll tell you whenever I see someone with a specific amount or item set, like just the other day, I was in War Within. It was near the end of War Within. I was just chilling in Dornegal, like auction house, whatever. This guy was on a Swift Spectral Tiger and a full Max Ramus armor set, Undead Warrior. And he had a Corrupted Ashbringer on one arm and a Thunder Fury on the other. And he's just sitting there. I'm like, what a legend. Like, this guy is an actual legend. Like, literally. Now, like, it's ridiculously over the top. Who knows how he got all those items, or whether he did grind them or buy, whatever the case may be. But in my head, I see it and I'm like, yeah, that guy's a legend.
Yep.
I don't know.
Gentlemen, this has been an absolute pleasure. Did we touch on the 3,400 thing? Did we touch? Oh, we didn't touch on the 1% thing. Because
we didn't.
They've had the 0.1% for a while, which I personally have never had any interest in. That is way too sweaty for me.
Yeah.
Even as somebody who sweats a little bit, that's just too sweaty for me. But the 1%, I think I'm personally in the 1% range. You're close to it, Sky.
I was about a week ago. I haven't Mythic Plus, like, other than that last Sky Reach that tilted me. Since then, I'm traumatized. But I had to hold this up, and I think I was just outside of it by like 20 rated last week.
My only like frustration with it is that like I'm in it right now, but if I don't continue, like right now I'm Resilient 17, if I don't become Resilient 18, but that's the point of the system. I'm not ignorant about it, right? Like that's the whole point, is you got to keep progressing, but it's like, man,
keep pushing. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to. I want to play So I want to play my D4 expansion next week. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to play EverQuest Legends in July. I'm in the same boat. Do I want to pursue that? What is it? I think you get, is it a mount that you get and a title? Is that right?
Like they haven't revealed what the mount is. I believe I'm like 99% sure. They haven't revealed what the mount is, but it's supposed to be a hyper exclusive, like it's like Glad mount from Mythic Plus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess 0.1% would be the. Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to do it.
I don't know, man.
Journey.
No, we won't. That sounds like it's just work, it's just a lot of work. But that is the thing. It's like, do I want to pursue that, or do I want to pursue other? Because I mean, I guess I can do both, but it's just a matter of I guess my biggest frustration is that it's just because I pug everything. So it's like, do I really want to endure more pugging at a high level? I don't know.
Same. I'm in the same exact boat. Same exact.
Lance, I say this sincerely. If you can hit 3K, you can hit 3,400 this season. I believe in you, man. And I'm being sincere.
You really
Yeah, I'm just going to have Sky carry me.
Dude, I would be more than happy to run keys with you. I'm not kidding at all. If you ever need help, if you ever need a hunter, at me, man. At me.
You're okay with me being Windwalker?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't brewmaster. I don't brew.
It's all good.
And I don't do the mist.
As long as I'm not battle resing you every boss fight, that's all I care about.
No, bro, I'm not.
Listen,
as long as there's no glaives, I don't die.
There's glaives all over the place.
Fuck!
You guys are fantastic. Thank you for being here today. I asked a question during the last podcast, and I liked it so much, I'm going to ask you guys the same question. And because I feel like everyone has something to present with this one. So here we go. Lance, I'm going to start with you. WoW would immediately become a better game to play if blank.
I think WoW would immediately become a better game if they stopped catering dungeon design to Mythic Plus and made more old school style dungeons like Blackrock Depths.
Oh my god, I totally disagree, but this is your question, not mine. So, yeah, I mean, dude, BRD was awesome back in the day, but I don't want to deal with a 4-hour dungeon anymore. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but wouldn't you like picture this, Brutal? Listen, picture this, bro. Brother, picture this. You, me, my boy Scott right next to me here. We get together. We're like, guys, we're going into BRD Friday night. Bring some beers. We're gonna chill out, and we're gonna have an adventure. We're gonna have an adventure.
I would do it with you guys. I don't know if I'd want to do it with randos, you know?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You get together with the boys, you have some beers, you talk shit on Discord, and you go on this adventure. And by the way, then you don't have a timer, and you can make these bosses almost like progression style bosses where they're hard.
That's like a mega dungeon, right? Are you talking about a step beyond mega dungeons?
Mega dungeons don't have shit on what I'm talking about, buddy. Listen, buddy. I'm talking full on. I want 4-hour. I didn't say 1 hour long, bro. I said 4-hour long dungeons, brother. Come on.
Oh no.
Get your head out of your ass and think about this.
Oh god. But
Listen,
so
I'm in the minority, bro. The way
you are describing EverQuest. Like you're describing EverQuest.
Yeah, and so listen, I'm the type of guy who I do think, like, I love modern WoW. Mm-hmm. But I do think that it should bring in some classic elements back into the game. I do. I think that would, like, a hybrid of retail / modern WoW and a classic would be fucking chef's kiss.
That's it right there for you. So real quick, Twitch chat said Labyrinths. Do you care about the upcoming Labyrinths system in the patch or two?
Especially as someone who likes to play solo. Like, delves are my favorite thing.
Really?
Because I could just log in when my child goes to sleep and my wife finally goes down for bed herself.
Is Sky forcing you to raid? Is that what am I reading between the lines?
Actually, I love raiding. I actually do love raiding, though. Like, raiding's my favorite thing.
Yeah, like, I will say, as someone who does all forms of content, I still love delves. Like, I know a lot of people may not love it. I was just doing it the other day, and it made me actually a little bit sad because they undervalue delves so much this expansion unless you hit tier 9 for the potential at hero track gear on tier 11 bountiful delves on your track. So I finally got that. So I'm really excited I'm leveling up a Blood Death Knight right now, and I'm going to make sort of like another gearing guide on, like, okay, here's how to gear up and sort of catch up for season 2. And I'm going to show you how to do it on a character that's completely fresh and show my POV through my Death Knight, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it made me really sad because I actually really enjoy delve content, just zero pressure. I go in there, no timer, no bullshit, and I explore. I have some fun. I look for some treasures. I'm looking for that sanctified banner to get some extra tokens, even though the rewards for it are shit and they need to buff it. Like give me a reason to go do things other than being all about metagaming. I think that's something that's really enjoyable, and I'm hoping Labyrinths are gonna hit the nail on the head for that. And I'm praying that they're awesome content, because man, I would love to make real awesome content on that. But to answer your question, one thing that would make WoW better, just even continuing like less reliance on add-ons. I think they're doing a good job on it. I think class design is getting there. Balancing's obviously something that's all up in the air right now, but I think just continuing less reliance on add-ons. I think they're on their way. They're doing a good job. One thing that's really bugged me over the last 24 hours, I lost sleep over it last night, was that boss. It got me so frustrated. Heroic Lura got me so frustrated, and it got me angry. And the fact that I'm required to have an add-on. So I think if they do that, I'll be fine.
Well, these are the Comeback Kids. You've seen the names in their webcams. You've seen the awesome, and I talked about this last time you guys were on the show, the awesome little neon signs in their backgrounds. You can find their links in the description below. One of you guys want to plug yourselves real quick, just to make sure people know where to find you, what's going on, what you're focusing on for the next week, month, year, whatever it is?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, pretty much everywhere possible, the Comeback Kids. We're going to continue making content on retail WoW for I couldn't tell you how many years to come until the game just shits the bed. And then also we're going to make more channels on classic World of Warcraft very soon. So we're going to be expanding and participating in some classic World of Warcraft content, hopefully into Classic Plus whenever that releases. So the goal is wherever you go, the Comeback Kids will be around for World of Warcraft, whether it be short form content, guides, retail, classic, whatever the case may be. So
the raid that you guys did last night, again, you did it with about 20 people. Does that mean that there's more room for more people to get plugged into your raids per week?
No, not at all. There's no more room.
No more room. So it's locked down.
We're gonna keep it as tight as possible.
No, that's just for us. Our guild literally runs. There's raids every single night of the week in our guild. There's like, when I told you that it's pretty much a pug experience.
Yeah.
There's like 1,500 people in our Discord. They're constantly just playing together, hanging out every night.
So if people want to get plugged into your community, if they want to raid with you or run dungeons with you, is there a way to do that with you through your Discord server?
Yeah, no, there is. Yeah, you go through the Discord, and all jokes aside, yeah, you can come hang out, raid, whatever. As long as you show up and you try your best. Like, there was a guy last night who got upset that I didn't invite him because he was 12 item level, or no, not 12. He was like 8 or 9 item level below the required amount. And this is one of those people, listen, in your raids, you're going to have people who are good, who are bad. It is what it is. He's sadly one of the players who aren't the best, and it is what it is. And even though we invite people who aren't the best every single week, he got upset. And so the idea is, if you just show up with a positive attitude, you try your best to keep up with the gear score requirement, and you're just looking to have a good time, that's us 99.9% of the time, unless we're, progressing on a boss that requires weak auras, where I get slightly upset. So
what if there's a washed up hunter that wants to hang out with you guys every once in a while? Is there room for a washed up hunter?
Not a washed up hunter, but a good looking bald one. Yes, I would take.
Oh, good. I'll see what happens. I would love to run some keys with you guys whenever you are on. I don't know when you run keys, but if you ever need me, man.
I will say I am gonna need your help this expansion on getting that mythic Laura boss down. I need that mount.
Mythic.
Yeah, eventually I gotta get there. I need that.
What?
I have to do it.
Really?
It's true.
That means you need to join a raid team, though.
I absolutely am. It's true. It's official. It's gonna happen.
I don't know if you're being sincere or not. This is crazy.
I am.
No, he is
dead serious.
Really?
Yes, I have to get that mount. I've never cared to get a mount.
Really?
Ever
what does this mount even? Hold on, let me look this up. What's this mount even look like? Hold on, Mythic Midnight Falls.
It's just Bellerin.
Oh, it's the Bellerin mount. I thought that. So that drops from Mythic Midnight Falls. Okay.
Yeah, I need that fucking mount. That's the only mount I've ever cared to get ever in WoW. You ask Lance, I've never cared about mounts ever.
Same. Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find it real quick. Of course, I can't find it with you know what it's called by chance? Just off the top. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I literally just found it. Okay. So it's this bad boy here. The Ashes of Bellerin, obtained from defeating Midnight Falls encounter on March and Quaternos raid on Mythic difficulty. 3 will drop per kill. Dang, that's legit.
is it 3?
Yeah. So I mean, this is just a Wowhead. This is what it says in Wowhead. It says 3 will drop per kill. Assuming that's true.
Wow.
Would you ever pay for it like with gold, or is it like you got to raid for it kind of a thing?
I mean, I've never done that before ever in my life, like whether it be buying gold or whatever. And this is from someone who really doesn't care. Like, let me tell you,
I didn't mean buy gold. I mean like use your gold to pay for a carry.
I mean, in general, I've never been the guy to want to sort of cheat my way into earning something.
Sure,
but
sure.
Let me tell you, let's just say if it's the last week,
I'll do what I got to do.
We might have a problem. It might be a code red scenario. Because I need that fucking mount.
Dude, this mount looks cool.
Yeah, I need it.
That's amazing. Well, speaking of amazing, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate any time people take the time out of their weekend to sit down with me. So thank you very much. Go check out these guys. Comeback Kids everywhere. Links are in the description. Anything you guys want to say before you hit the road?
Yeah, they were talking about labyrinths in the chat. And I just want to say we're going to get them in October probably, guys.
Ooh, okay.
I don't have any inside knowledge, but I've actually road mapped out every release date for the patches.
Really?
For the rest of the expansion. So October, fellas.
That's fantastic. Well, you guys are awesome. I love you. Appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And my name is Brutal. This is Brutally Honest. We've got Lance and we've got Sky over here. Comeback Kids. Go check them out in their Discord. Go check them out on their YouTube, their Twitch, etc., etc. Links are in the description. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Peace.
Man, thank you guys so much. You are two of a kind, dare I say.
Always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, I gotta say. It's always fun. It's funny because just like a month ago, I was like, man, when are we going to go to a Brutal show again? That was fun.
Well, I'm being sincere. If you guys ever want to run keys or anything, please don't be afraid to ask. Because
what if the second you ended stream, we're like, all right, screw this guy. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the good PR, buddy.
Screw you, bro. Yeah, you need my 30 viewers. Yes, of course.
I will say I would like to hit you up maybe for like Resilient 17s or something.
Dude, I would genuinely love to. I'm always looking for people to just spend time with, if that makes sense. Like for me, that's just my cup of tea, as it were. So
I feel you. Also, it's a little bit different, like if you're going to another creator, because sometimes like people can be a little bit weird and like put you on a pedestal. If you're a creator, it's kind of funky. So like if I do it with other creators, I'm treated like a normal guy playing a video game.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. If you're dead on the floor, gonna say stop sucking, stop dying,
brother.
All right.
Yo, last night was so. I've never been memed on for playing so ass in my life, bro.
He was getting dogged on. That's so.
Bro, poor Lance.
I was so embarrassed.
I'm not kidding. I have been embarrassing myself this entire tier. I'm so frustrated at myself. I can't blame anyone or anything else. I swear to God, every kill I just drop the ball somehow, and it's driving me nuts.
It's all right. You'll get him on the reclear, bro. You'll get the 99 parse on every fight. Don't worry.
I've been parsing like a jerk.
Listen, it was a pleasure, man. Honestly, it was really fun. Always love to sit and chat with you. Have a wonderful Sunday.
You too, man.
Buddy.
Be safe, gentlemen. I'll talk to you soon.
Much love, buddy.
Love you, buddy. Take it easy.
Those guys are awesome, as I'm sure you already knew. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go edit this video and get it up on the YouTubes and the Spotifys for tomorrow. And maybe we'll see a little Sky and or Lance action in a Mythic Plus key sometime in the next week or two. I'll try to make that happen because I just love spending time with people that I actually, it's so funny. I talk about how I pug all my keys and I don't want to form a team. And I'm not talking about forming a team, but I talk about pugging all the time. But I'm also like, I would love to spend time with people like you guys and like them and like Lux and Jack, like you said a minute ago, versus pugging, but I just never coordinate stuff. So anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for a little stream action. My name's Brutal. Live well, be well, do well. And appreciate you, man. You guys are awesome for being here today and making this stream and making this show happen. I'm actually gonna host my buddy Azor Therian. I guess he's raiding right now. Azor Therian. So go watch Azor and cheer him on, assuming he's doing a little progression. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. My name's Brutal. Live well, be well, do well. I will see you soon. And thank you again for being here. Take it easy, everyone. I'm raiding Azor Therian right meow.